We're delivering to you the real stories of our global Atomians to discover global Atomy's appeal and vision. Welcome, I'm Cameron, your host for Global Talk to Me. Once again, we are joined by our global Atomians, Lizelle, Julie, Jessica, and Jacob. Thank you all for coming again.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's great to see you again. We are discussing Atomy through various topics each time we come together. How are you guys finding these talks?
So I think it's very useful. The talks are very useful when it comes to global. Those contents are very useful to them. They said they learned a lot from episode 1 until this time.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's good to hear. Fun and informative.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Thank you. What about you, Julie?
Oh, just like everyone else, I had such a great time. It was very enjoyable, and now that we're seeing each other again, I feel like a family. Like
Well, great. It seems like you all are enjoying it. I am definitely enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to today's conversation as well. Let's check out today's topic. Mission Protect the Earth, Atomy Blue Marine Project. So we were all here this year for spring, were we not? Here in Korea? If you remember, cherry blossom season came and went in like a blink of an eye. I think it was a record-setting, very fast, very early cherry blossom season, which is very important here, right? They were actually worried that there were going to be cherry blossom festivals with no cherry blossoms. They were going to come and leave before we could ever celebrate the beautiful scenery, the beautiful flowers. And that's definitely been something of like an SOS message that the planet is sending to us, that we need to take care of our climate and the environment we live in. And I'm sure that you all can feel the seriousness of climate change right now, yes?
I have also interesting about the climate change. In Korea, we have a beautiful fall season. You know, spring, summer, fall, winter. But these days, spring, summer, fall, winter.
So spring and fall are getting much shorter.
So, you know, every season have the special charming point. But we are missing the 2 seasons.
I came here in Korea last 2009, and at that time, summer is like 3 months only, but now it's like 5 months, and then it's really, really hot. It feels like I am inside the oven during summer because there is no humid. It's all hot weather, right? So compared to the Philippines, I think it's hotter here in Korea during summer than in the Philippines.
Really?
Yeah.
Korean summer is hotter than Filipino summer.
Incredible.
wow.
But of course in Korea as well, with the warmer weather, we don't just get higher temperatures, we also have to worry about things like fine dust particles.
It's a serious problem these days. You know, like I didn't wear that like mask much of the time back in the days, but these days because of fine dust, I get sore throats all the time. Have you guys experienced that? And the funny thing is, apparently, after our generation, so newborn babies, they tend to have longer lashes to prevent fine dust go into their eyes.
Seriously?
Yeah. So they impact on our body as well. Yeah.
So it's it's not just affecting us, our throats and our coughing, but
Our
how
next
we're
generation.
born.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
No, Maldives within 10 years because of the sea level is rising. You know, iceberg. It's melting. There's no sufficient places for polar bears to stay. So environmental issues is actually directly impacting on our daily lives as well.
Yeah, that is very true. And depending on where you live in the world, for example, if you live on an island nation, maybe you're worried about rising sea levels. If you're from a cold place, maybe you're worried about the ice melting. I'm from the United States, so is Julie. We have to deal with a lot of hurricanes and fires and snow and all of that kind of stuff.
Right.
What has been your experience with some of the new or more intense disasters that we're having in the U.S.?
Well, I'm from Denver, and I used to live there, and it's very, very dry there. Very dry.
Yeah.
So it's very susceptible to wildfires, and it breaks out often. And once it breaks out, it goes on for almost 3 to 4 months. And what happens is the air is full of ashes, and it smells really bad, and the sky is red. It can be really scary. And I could see a fire breaking out like right across my window when I look out, because Colorado's, we're all surrounded by mountains. So it's really scary. Yeah.
This type of danger happens, the planet is in danger, it's also putting us in danger, which is why we have to think about this problem very seriously and act before it gets even worse, right?
I've only live in Korea. You others live and have been other parts of the world. So I'm curious to know that what are the countries to for the conserve the environment?
Well, in Australia, when it comes to saving water, people gets really serious. I remember when I was a teenager in Australia, I was taking a shower, and every bathroom they have hourglass, the sand glass. So it goes for 5 minutes. So after taking a shower for 5 minutes,
5 minutes?
yes, homestay mom knock on the door. Jess, you're wasting so much water now.
A 5-minute shower?
Too short, 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
It's really short.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And she's like, wrap it up. I'm like, wow. So Australia, they're really serious about saving water. So I was wondering how Philippines like.
Every school in the Philippines teach environmental protection since kindergarten up to university. But a lot of people still don't stick on it. There are still a lot of cars on the street and the fumes sticks to your hair. And then a lot of people also, because of the hot climate, even for just a 5-minute trip, they ride a tricycle instead of walking.
Well, I think similarly in America, we learn about recycling, but I don't know, depending on where you live, you may not do a lot of it. Julie, what was your experience?
I mean, Americans want to protect the environment, but their environmental performance is not really up its level. So what happened is I was very surprised when I came to Korea for their waste disposal system. I didn't know how to do it at first because I was not used to that in America. Because what happens, we put everything in one trash bag and we put it in the garbage. That's it. Yeah.
As an American too, when I first came here, there are so many ways you have to separate your trash. I was very confused. I still get it wrong sometimes. I have to call up people and be like, which bucket do I put styrofoam in? Right? I find it very confusing. But has it been easier for you? I'm sure as a Korean, it comes very naturally.
Yes, of course. I think that is very good policy.
Yeah, I agree with him a lot, especially I stayed in Australia for, many years. In Australia, unlike US or Korea, we only do recycling in 2 ways. So just general waste and all other things altogether, bottles, paper, plastic, whatsoever. When it comes to plastic especially, it's really convenient for Korea to, doing it with the systematic disposal policy. Have you guys seen the photo with the sea turtle? Like plastic straws stuck in his nostril?
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Just seeing it was so painful. Right. So after seeing that photo and video, especially raised the awareness of the recycle.
Yes. We as humans really need to manage properly to
Right.
be harmonized with our creatures because that was really painful to watch.
Yeah.
It's like, do we really do that to the animals? It was so sad.
Yeah, it was so sad to see how the sea creatures in our environment suffer from the waste created by humans.
Right.
So this whole thing led me to be more interested in ATOMY Blue Marine Project.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Blue Marine. Just by the name, I'm guessing it's for preserving the ocean. Is that right?
Exactly, pretty close. So it's environmental activities to protect animals like penguins, Arctic fox, polar bear who suffer from the waste that we throw out to ocean and keep the ocean blue, as it says. So it includes the activities like plugging, eco-friendly packaging, and empty bottle collection, etc.
So it's a very meaningful initiative.
It is.
Have you all taken part? Liesel?
Yes, as part of the Young Leaders Club in doing the voluntary work. And at that time, we went to Gangwon-do Beach. And then during that time, there is a typhoon before, a day before we go. So we went to the beach and then a lot of garbage are on the beach. So it took us the whole day instead of half day to remove all the garbage on that beach.
Top days.
Wow. But thank you for working so hard, honestly. What about Julie? Have you partaken in any of these initiatives?
I actually found out very late, but once I found out, I said, okay, let's do it. So then I'm participating at the empty bottle collection. And with our group, we're planning on a plogging trip, just a light hike and do a plogging trip. And we're planning on those activities. So we're very excited.
Very nice.
Yes.
Plogging, of course, being where you run and you pick up trash, is that right?
Yes, jogging, walking leisurely, and picking up trash, working out, exercising, and doing something very friendly for the environment at the same time.
Oh,
I think it's
That's
such a
great.
great idea.
It is.
yeah,
It's a
two
trend
birds in
now,
one
right?
stone,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Just like Lizelle, I also did plugging at the beach as well, but mine was down to Ulsan. When we went there as a Young Leaders Club all together, we didn't have that many garbage except so many cigarettes.
Yeah.
What? They just smoking around beach area? So I was quite disappointed, but at the same time, very proud to be part of that activities.
Oh, and one thing. With Himohin boxes, those mini boxes, you can reuse them as a gift box.
Really?
Tell would you hand me the Himohin box?
Really?
I'll show it to you.
Okay.
So what I like to do is once we, drink up all our Himohins, so let's pretend we did that. What we like to do is we cut along the lines of this box right here, each side. And what you do is cut the middle part here halfway, and other side as well. Some choco balls, or you can put some nut mixes, anything that you want. You fold this, make a crease.
Okay.
And
Make
then
a crease here, and lastly, you hook this part up, and there you go.
You're really genius.
Yeah, that'd be great to give out as like a little event to some of your customers, like little samples maybe you want to give out to people, put it in something like
exactly.
that.
It's very convenient to carry around. So, yeah.
That is a brilliant idea. Is there anything that you've been doing, Jacob?
I'm embarrassed to say that I wasn't able to take part in the company campaign, but the company's changes containers to eco-friendly products. For example, yes, the deep sea water the container is now made with eco-friendly plastic and no more rubber. Yes, I think so. Simply using ATOMY product comfort me to think that I am a more eco-conscious consumer. So as the ATOMYan, I'm so proud of the Blue Marine campaign.
Yeah, it is definitely something to be proud of.
And not having the plastic wrapping or the label also makes it easier to recycle, right?
Yeah, you're supposed to like take off the label before you recycle it. I didn't know that. So this kind of thing is definitely like two birds with one stone, right?
Exactly.
Oh, by the way, I actually fumbled around with the deep sea water container and I kind of spilled it all over myself. All over me. Please tell me it wasn't just me. Did you have that experience as well?
I had that happen to me too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and a lot of people. And they were like, what's going on? There were some complaints going on because there was like water spilling everywhere. It's like, why is it wobbly? But once we explained, hey, this is for, eco-friendly environment and explain all that, and they totally understood it. They said, oh, really? And they just said, no problem at all.
Yeah. If it's saving the environment, you can get a little wet.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's really great. And as we've been talking about, the environment is very important, very valuable to us. But I'm sure all of these actions are beneficial to ATOMY's business as well, right?
Yeah. I'm so proud as an Atomians because modern consumers nowadays, before they use a brand, they see to it is eco-friendly or eco-conscious company. So since ATOMY is an eco-friendly company, and then there are some consumers who tends to become my business partners and do the business, it's because of this campaign.
As you said, these days consumers are very smart. They look into what values that companies hold, especially when it comes to environment. So same as ATOMY, once we put up our Blue Marine project, many consumers look into our project and have positive impression, and also they become part of the project and be more interested, and that's how ATOMY became globally well-known brand.
Yeah.
A lot of people look at ATOMY in a different way when we say, hey, ATOMY is an eco-conscious company. And with just that concept, it's very visionary. Not just great products, absolute quality, absolute price, but at the same time, we care about the earth.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah. For our future generation as well.
Yes.
And it's not just for the future generations, it's also for our generation as well. Things immediately do become better with all of these initiatives that we're taking part in. Is there anything, though, that you see might need improvement?
Well, personally, I think it should be promoted more proactively. Because abroad, even myself, when I was in the United States, I didn't really know much about Blue Marine Project. And when I came to Korea, that's when I realized, wow, we have this kind of project, but we heard nothing about it. So I was like, we need to promote this. So I think, when we have our big events, our seminars, success academies, we need to create a time where we can really, say, hey, we have this kind of project here in ATOMY. Let's all do this together, and this is what we're about. I think it would be so great that people would be able to join into this much more than what we have right now.
Yeah.
So after seeing these characters, they remind me of one of Blue Marine project, which was ATOMY sent me some samples of eco-friendly packaging. So you guys use hand creams a lot, right?
Yes.
So normally when you check your hand cream, the packaging is plastic, right? But this tester was actually made with paper. So once you use most of them, you rip it, so you can use them all. How handy is it?
Really?
So I filmed it, I uploaded the video on my Instagram, and then my consumers and business partners got to see it, and they loved it. They're like, never seen that sort of package.
Yeah, that's great.
Great idea, right? Very creative.
It's so aggravating when you have that last little bit and you're
And trying to toothpaste, right?
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Especially young generation, when it comes to eco-friendly package and even the goods like the products with use these characters, it's really appealing as not only policy but as culture. So it's really easy and convenient, efficient to appeal to young generation, ATOMY as a good brand. So that's why we need to promote Blue Marine campaign more often to many people.
Yeah,
really do.
Right.
And for the people who are already participating, put it on your social media.
Yes.
Tell your friends, tell your
Yes.
family
Get the
what
word
you're
out.
doing. Yeah. You don't have to wait for any kind of official promotion to be talking about these good causes.
And I remember this one time, recently, my daughter came back to school, and then she said that our air purifier energy saving is level 3. And then she learned that in school, if it is level 1 and level 2, it would be better. But ATOMY has level 3. So, yeah, I was surprised and I don't know how to answer. So I told her that I will ask ATOMY, and then there must be a reason, right?
Yeah.
There's gonna be a reason why.
Right, there must be a reason, we don't know. But I have definitely seen level 4 and level 5 air purifiers. So ATOMY is definitely better than many of the competitors out there. So it would be great to have all of these improvements and do even more activities to help preserve the environment. But definitely doing a lot here at ATOMY, and we're very proud to be a part of it. Before we close, are there any things that you think you will be doing going forward to help make our lives a little more eco-friendly?
I want to use the public transportation by driving. And then I want to go up the stairs, not elevator.
Right. Well, you will be doing a lot of that. Yeah, well, thank you. You'll definitely be conserving a lot of energy with these activities you'll be doing. That's great. What about you, Julie?
Oh, well, it's nothing big, but while growing up, something that we did in our hometown is we turned off lights for about 20 minutes on Earth Day.
Oh, yeah.
Like to remind ourselves to save
yeah.
energy. But you know, now that I grew up and know all about this, I said, well, what if we do this every single day?
Wow.
And imagine if our entire population globally do this every single day, how much energy we would save. So.
What about you, Lizelle? What will you be doing going forward?
So I was surprised to see the amount of food waste in Korea. So what will I gonna do is to just buy the food we can consume and do not waste food.
Yeah, only buy what you can eat.
Yeah,
Don't buy extra.
Yeah, that's right.
I see. Very good. And what about you, Jessica?
Well, I'm ATOMY, right?
Yeah.
Which means by doing this business, I get to meet a lot of people. So as a speaker, I want to not change their perception or habits, but try to convince them, try to tell them the importance of environmental friendly activities such as blogging that we did, because that's the main function of utilizing our network, right?
Exactly.
So that's what I want to do. You know?
Oh, well, that is a great mission. Well, those are all good ideas that you had to help with the environment. I know I'm going to try and take some shorter showers. I don't know if I can do 5 minutes, that's really short, but I'll try for 7. I hope all of these little things we do will add up to become a big change for our planet. And there you have it. That was another episode of Global Talk to Me. Until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.